Because this is what I just be straight with you, Megs. Yeah, people's like, yo, Megas are so solid. So solid had number ones. The only reason they got number ones because Megas a Mason. What do you reckon? What
Nah,
do you
that's
think to
silly,
that?
man.
Was you a Mason when you went number one?
Bro, all of this talking about was I a Mason before I went number one,
Come
bro.
on, then.
I was
Was you or
listen to me.
not?
I was just studying different knowledge, and I was on the outside of a lot of information. I wasn't even a Muslim in those times, bro. Yeah, but I was studying. Like I said, at the age of 14, 13, I was reading the Egyptian Book of the Dead. I had the ISIS papers on me every day. Robert T. Kiyosaki, I was studying. I was reading all these little books, 48 Laws of
Where
Power.
did you
I
get this
wrote that
information from?
every single day. My father was a Rasta, 12 tribe. And when you're, listen, most of us grew from our parents that were maybe only teaching us about your mother and your father in the household. I was fortunate enough for my parents to teach me about my ancestry and about who we were before we came to the UK, what land we own, judges, police officers, carpenters, landowners, people of authority. So when we even came to this country, I've got family members that are police officers today. I've got family members that were lords today.
What, in this
You know what I mean?
country?
In this country, I had family members that were lords when they came to this country. When my grandfather came to this country, yeah, he was one of the top builders in construction as a black man. My family were only were one of the two families that lived in Parsons Green in Fulham. One of the two families in those wealthy areas, and my grandparents bought their house outright and then sent for their kids. And all of my father and my uncles and that, they came over on one passport.
So,
So
Megs,
when my dad was growing me, and my dad was teaching me all of this information, and I was following the information. I got
So
lost along the way.
is your family from Jamaica?
I would have one side of the family that's from Jamaica, and there's one part of the family who are very wealthy, and there's another part of the family that just want to live a country life. And then my other side of the family are from Grenada, and they own Springwaters and they own Grenville and St Andrews. They own a lot of land out there. They were judges, police officers, lawmakers. They were everything out there, because when the abolition of slavery happened, they gave the land to the strongest slaves at those times and the ones who were well educated at those times. This is why we adopted the name, the European name, Vincent. You understand what I'm saying? So this is why, like, my original family name isn't Vincent. That is a slave name, but that's what we had to adopt. So when the Windrush era came over, the first families that stepped on those ships and those means of travel were not poor people. They weren't broke. They were very well educated people of power in their own countries, and they put their sons and daughters, and some of their parents left their sons and daughters with families to come over here and actually build and create another version of what they had in the Caribbean. Same thing for your African parents. They wanted to come over here and create, to be landowners, to be homeowners, to be business owners. And when they came here, they found it wasn't as easy as they thought.
can you leave?
When we're
Can you leave
speaking
the
about,
Masons? Can you leave?
pardon?
Can you leave?
Anybody can leave. You can leave anytime you want, just like walking out of church and not going back again.
And just not going, but you could just not go back. I've heard from a couple of Masons that said, yeah, I ain't been for 6 years, I ain't been
Yeah,
but that
it's normal.
doesn't nullify your membership though. The way as you ain't been for 6 years, you can just turn up after 6 years, yeah?
Or they can call on you after 6 years for whatever
No,
reason, right?
they most probably wouldn't just call on you after 6 years. If you don't turn up for a period of time.
But they can, right?
Don't interrupt.
Look,
Please don't
look,
interrupt.
no. They would not. There's no school of thought, yeah, that is not going to be concerned about your well-being, where you are, and what you're up to. It's ridiculous for anybody to just put it to a certain order or a certain society. At the end of the day, if you stop turning up to church and you're a known figure in that church, or you're just a person that's a Christian in that church, and you visit regular and you stop turning up, you're going to get a call from somebody in that church to see
Do
how
you want to
are.
see more content like this? Then go to Triluminati Patreon today and unlock a world of exclusive entertainment.